Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As of every week, we will jump into the fundamental, sentiment and technical analysis of different currencies to match up currency pairs in order to look for opportunities coming into the next week. First of all, I will start with the trade opportunities that I took previous week, what mistakes I made, what profits I made, and how was the overall previous week. Then I will jump into the next week and what I am looking for coming into the next week. First of all, we have the previous trade of pound Australian dollar, and I closed it at this low right here after during this day on the 11th of February data. So right here, no, there is something wrong. Let's jump into previous week. So right here, Westpac Consumer Confidence Index forecasted at 92.6, actual 92.2. So it came out lesser than expected, which made me close the position. And then throughout the week, we had some changes in the pound strength, which made this retracement to the upside. And if we go now to the next week, I'm looking to buy this pair, but this is the first opportunity during previous week that I took, and it was a 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. It was actually, I immediately moved my stop loss to this area, so it was around 1-to-6, 1-to-7, but the first stop loss, the initial stop loss was here, and we got a decent 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio, made a good decent profit out of it. I was risking a little bit more than I usually risk because there was a lot of confluence, everything was aligning, we are very overextended to the upside above the moving averages by good, and data was aligning with this bearish move, and that's why I took this short idea. Now let's jump into another trade idea that I took. It was a losing trade idea, not because of the fundamentals, but because of wrong stop loss. So usually my stop loss should be at this low right here. I put my stop loss below this red candle, it came down, got my stop loss, and then as you can see moved higher, and I would have closed it because the fundamentals changed, but the overall should have been at least 1 to 1.6, 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio because the fundamental changed, but initial risk to reward ratio could have been around 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio because I did not put my stop loss where my strategy told me to put it. I got stopped out, nothing much. It was a very low risk trade because during my entry there was no news to support the sentiment. It was based on fundamentals and technical analysis. Usually when there is sentiment that aligns, so economic data that aligns with the trend and with the technical analysis, I risk more than usual. But right here there was no data aligning, so there was no news when I was entering. That's why I did not risk much. I lost like 1.5%. The recent trade I made like 15 to 20% on it. So I was going heavy on it. Overall, 2025, very beautiful. I'm up a decent bunch of percentage, and hopefully we will continue this way. Now let's clear this out and let's jump into the fundamental analysis and what we are waiting for during the next week. We have the pound got very strong because of the GDP data. The GDP did not come as expected. It came much higher than expected, the quarterly growth, and which made the pound very strong right now, in my opinion. Its fundamentals are already very strong, and now the deviation ranking is very much stronger than others. This GDP data came out and shook the markets. We have the Euro chef at the middle, somewhat their economies are having some problems, but data is supporting a growth economy. So hopefully, if their economy becomes better and better and better, they will give us some opportunities to buy the euro and chef. But for now, I am looking into 9 different currency pairs: the pound with the AUD CAD and New Zealand, the JPY with the AUD CAD and New Zealand dollar, the US dollar with the AUD CAD and New Zealand dollar, and I'm very much willing to risk heavy on the Canadian dollar and the New Zealand dollar weakening. These two currencies weakening not much for the Australian dollar. Why? Because of if we see the final ranking, the Canadian dollar and New Zealand dollar are 14 and 16, and all the others are pretty much the same, not huge deviations, except the pound and the Japanese yen. So let's jump into some technical analysis after we've created a great fundamental lookout for the next week. Starting with the pound pairs, because the pound recently got the sentiment aligning with their fundamentals, I'm looking to buy the pound New Zealand dollar. Hopefully we will get into this area right here, and in this area I will be looking, so it will be a stop hunt, so hunting the swing low with data aligning with the push to the upside. I will be looking to take a long position. Hopefully it will be, for example, on the unemployment rate data on Tuesday, or either the inflation rate data. I will not be at home during the inflation rate data, or during the manufacturing and services PMI for this country. We shall see how it will play out. GDP data coming stronger got things very good for the currency, because previously they were in a stagflation situation where inflation is picking up very strongly and growth is still normal or even declining a little bit. This stagflation hurts a lot the currency, but now we are seeing a momentum picking up back to the upside. Hopefully pound New Zealand dollar will give us a great trade opportunity during Tuesday, Wednesday, or even Friday. Hopefully we shall see next week what will happen, and we will get a trade opportunity coming into next week on the pound New Zealand dollar. Jumping into the pound Canadian dollar, so data for the GDP growth came out right here at this green candle. I am looking a little bit of retracement, maybe taking the lows, but in this area, if data comes out positive for the pound or negative for the Canadian dollar, I am looking to buy this pair. So what I will be looking to see Monday a red candle to the downside. Then on Tuesday, unemployment at 9 a.m. coming better than expected, so around 4.4 or 4.3, or the Canadian data coming lesser than forecasted, which will help the pair go higher. Since there is a lot of news, so we have the unemployment data and the Canadian data, I will be hopefully waiting for 3:30 p.m. local time to take the position. If, for example, let's say unemployment rate forecast came as 4.5 or even 4.4, but if there is a great deviation like 4.3, I will be looking to enter immediately. Let's jump into the pound AUD. Pound AUD recently came into a great area to buy from. Hopefully, if it retraces into this area, and we've got the RBA interest rate decision forecasted at 4.1. Let's see the deviation ranking. AUD, it's around the 0 and negative, so it's aligned with the economic data. So the interest rate decision will be aligned with the forecast. This is my own strategy, and hopefully if unemployment rate comes out positive for the pound, I will be looking to long this pair also. New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, looking for retracement. Hopefully data for the GDP for the Japanese yen will come out positive, which will give us some sentiment to the downside from a sentiment perspective. And we've got the balance of trade also on 19th of February, which is Tuesday. We shall see what will happen. I'm looking to sell this pair from around the 88.8 area. Jumping into the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, we've got a great retracement. I was waiting for a little bit push to the upside. Hopefully we will get it next week in order to take a short position. Australian dollar, Japanese yen, looking for retracement, still a little bit push to the upside. Let's say, for example, the GDP growth rate Q on Q for the Japanese yen came out as forecasted. Hopefully the technicals will push a little bit to the upside before continuing to the downside. It will give us an opportunity to take a short position. NSD USD, just a little bit push to the upside, and hopefully we will get some good data to support going to the downside, a sell position. And this data will be on Wednesday. Let's see if there is another data coming for the US dollar. So President Trump speaking, FOMC meeting, unemployment claims. Okay, so we have the flash manufacturing and services PMI on Friday. I will be waiting for Friday to see if there is any opportunity to take a sell position on the US dollar pairs. So US dollar pairs, CAD, I will see the data of the CAD, and AUD I will see also the data of AUD, but NSD USD there is no data for the New Zealand dollar. If there is any data for the New Zealand dollar that supports a selling position, I will be looking to sell this pair. USD CAD, looking to buy this pair. We are in a great area. We shall see if data will support a buying position. We have on 18th, so Tuesday, 18th of February, we have the inflation rate of the Canadian dollar. Hopefully it will come negative for the Canadian dollar, which will give us an opportunity to take a long position on the USD CAD. AUD USD, also great area to sell from. Hopefully the Australian dollar interest rate decision, when it comes out, we shall see what they will talk in the meeting and conference. If all is aligning very well, I will be looking to short this pair. And also maybe I might short it like 5 to 6 minutes before the decision, because there is a high probability that they will cut as forecasted. And these are the different 9 pairs that I am looking to buy or sell during next week. We have a lot of opportunities. So 9 trading ideas. Hopefully we get like 3 to 4 trading ideas during next week. We have Tuesday's opportunities, we have Friday's opportunities, and Wednesday's opportunities. So 3 days, 3 out of 5 days, we have opportunities to enter the positions. I will be disciplined to the tick. Okay, everything will be to the tick, because every time I'm not disciplined, I'm taking a loss. But the overall, I'm still winning because my strategy is profitable. So this is everything for this week. Hopefully it was insightful. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for weekly analysis like this. Until the next week, stay safe.